The world has changed. Everything we once knew isn't the same anymore. The colors have faded, people are exhausted, dreams have been postponed. But do you know what's worse? You've adapted to it. Every year, we tell ourselves the same lie. Next year will be my year. It wasn't in 2023, it wasn't in 2024, and unless you fight for it, it won't be in 2025 either. But maybe, just maybe, this time can be different. I'm not here to hand you feel-good motivation, because motivation is like a sugar rush. It gives you a quick boost, then you crash. I'm here to give you reality, to make you lock in for 2025. Because, let's be honest, you're not really trying. You're pretending to. You set goals, but they're vague enough to ignore. I want to be better. Better at what? Breathing? You've been doing that since birth. Trying isn't enough if you're doing it half-heartedly. You're not failing, because life is unfair. Though yeah, sometimes it is. You're failing because you're waiting for life to align perfectly with your vibes. But it won't. You're the one who has to align yourself with your goals. And to do that, you have to start with what matters most, your time. You say, I don't have time. That's funny because you had time to scroll TikTok for 3 hours yesterday. You had time to rewatch the same show for the 4th time because it's a cinematic masterpiece. You had time to stare at the ceiling, thinking about how you have no time. See the problem? You do have time. You're just bad at using it. Let's break it down. You have 24 hours in a day. Let's say you sleep for 8 hours, if you're lucky. Work or school takes another 8. You spend 2 hours eating, commuting, or just existing. That leaves 6 hours. Now ask yourself, what am I doing with them? If you can't answer without stuttering, you've found your problem. We live in an era where you can learn literally anything for free. You want to start a business? There are tutorials, templates, even AI tools that guide you step by step. Want to get fit? There are apps, YouTube channels, and communities to hold you accountable. So why are you using your phone to scroll mindlessly instead of using it to level up? Your phone is a tool, but if you treat it like a toy, it will treat you like a joke. But even tools are useless without a system. That's why you keep failing. Saying I want to save money is cute. But what's your actual plan? Are you tracking expenses, automating savings, or are you just hoping your bank account magically grows? The same applies to fitness, learning, relationships, everything. Goals are useless without systems. Systems are what make you show up on the days you don't feel like it. They're the meal preps, the study schedules, the workout routines. They're what separate the people who achieve from the people who talk about achieving. And while we're at it, let's talk about the grind and why you need to embrace it. Most of what will make you successful isn't exciting. It's boring, it's repetitive, it's waking up early to work out when you'd rather sleep. It's saying no to plans so you can study. It's putting in effort when no one is clapping for you. The grind isn't supposed to feel good. It's supposed to feel necessary. And the sooner you stop expecting every step to be fun, the sooner you'll start seeing results. Of course, that doesn't mean grinding the old-fashioned way. Times have changed. You need to recognize the massive potential sitting right in front of you. We are living in the most resource-rich era of all time. There's no excuse for being ignorant or stagnant. Want to make more money? There are endless opportunities. Want to learn coding, public speaking, drawing, video editing, literally anything? There are free tutorials. So what's your excuse? You're not struggling because of a lack of opportunities. You're struggling because you're not grabbing them. And no, scrolling through success content doesn't count as taking action. You might be watching this video and nodding along, but are you actually doing the work? Stop being a passive consumer of inspiration and start being an active participant in your own life. And that brings us to balance. You've been sold this idea that you can perfectly balance everything: work, life, growth, rest. But here's the truth. If you want something badly enough, other things will have to slide. That doesn't mean burning out, but it does mean prioritizing. Like your life depends on it, because it kind of does. You're not going to achieve your goals by squeezing them into the cracks of your schedule. They need to be front and center, not an afterthought. And in order to do that, you need to ask yourself one big question. Am I really trying? Because it's easy to say you're trying. But are you? Or are you just dabbling? There's a difference between effort and consistent effort. One gets you short-term results, if that. The other transforms your life. Be honest with yourself. If you're not where you want to be, is it because the world is against you? Or is it because you're not all in? Look, I'm not saying this as someone perfect, I'm not. But I can confidently say I'm the best version of myself that I've ever been. And that's because I stopped waiting for life to hand me success. I started forcing it. So if I could do that, what's stopping you? This isn't a motivational speech, it's a wake-up call. I won't end this by saying something cheesy like, you got this, because maybe you don't. That's up to you. But if you decide to lock in, really lock in, then maybe 2025 will finally be the year you stop saying, next year will be my year, and start saying, this year is mine.